Welcome to the Lantern's Tale. Tonight's story is true, every word drawn from real events. Listen closely as we follow the final footsteps of the hikers in the mountains of Khamar Daban. In the summer of 1993, a group of 7 hikers set out to explore the wild beauty of the Khamar Daban mountains in southern Siberia. Led by Lyudmila Korovina, an experienced mountaineer and survival instructor, they planned a challenging route through the misty peaks and deep valleys, a place where legends whispered of ancient spirits and strange forces that roamed the alpine air. The group was strong, fit, and well prepared. They laughed around the campfire, the crackling logs echoing in the silent wilderness, their spirits high as the sun dipped below the jagged peaks. But the mountains are never truly tamed, and as the days passed, a sense of unease began to creep into their journey. On August 5th, they set up camp in a narrow valley. The air was cold, thin, and still, the only sound the distant murmur of the river. That night, a sudden storm swept down from the peaks, wind howling like a chorus of lost souls, rain hammering the thin fabric of their tents. But it wasn't just the storm that turned the night to terror. The next morning, Lyudmila's daughter Valentina, the youngest of the group at just 17, watched in horror as her friends began to convulse and scream. Their faces twisted in agony, foam pouring from their mouths. Some ran blindly into the trees, their eyes wide with animal fear. Others fell to the ground, their bodies racked by violent tremors. Valentina saw Lyudmila herself fall, her face contorted in pain, blood seeping from her mouth and ears. Valentina ran. She stumbled through the forest, her breath ragged in the freezing air, until she found the edge of a ridge and collapsed. She waited for the screams to fade, for the forest to grow silent again. When she returned to the campsite, her friends were dead, lying in the wet grass like broken dolls, their skin pale and cold. For days, Valentina survived alone in the forest, haunted by the memory of what she had seen. When rescuers finally found her, she was half mad with terror, her story a jumble of sobs and whispers. But the bodies she led them to were real, each one frozen in a final silent scream. What killed them? The official explanation was hypothermia, panic in the cold and wet. But the strange symptoms, foam at the mouth, blood from the eyes and ears, spoke of something else. Some whispered of toxins leaching from the earth, others of a sudden, unexplained exposure to radiation. There were those who spoke in hushed tones of ancient spirits in the mountains, of curses and the wrath of the wild. To this day, no one knows for certain what happened to the hikers of Khamar Daban. The mountains keep their secrets well, their peaks shrouded in mist and legend. The forest has reclaimed the campsite, the trees growing tall and silent around the place where 7 young lives ended in terror. The incident remains a mystery, a chilling echo of the Dyatlov Pass tragedy decades earlier. Some say the spirits of the mountains demand a price from those who dare to tread too deep. Others believe the earth itself hides poisons that seep out only when disturbed. But whatever the truth, the memory of that day lingers in the cold air of Khamar Daban, a warning that there are places in this world where the veil is thin and the answers slip away like mist. Thank you for listening to The Lantern's Tale. If you enjoyed this true story, join us next time. If you dare.